Thank you for joining me. I am Pastor Maxwell. How to build a budget that honors both God and your goal. God is important in your budgeting, and your goal is also important. But some people mix it up somehow along the line. They don't know how to distinguish how their budget should honor God and also honor their goals. Some abandon their goals while trying to honor God, while some never ever consider about honoring God with a budget and focus on only achieving their goals through their budget. So budgeting is not just about spreadsheets. It is not just about stewardship. Whether you are navigating a tight economy, whether you are trying to budget to be free from debt, if you are building financial legacy, it can also be an act of worship. In a world of consumerism, it is not just easy to build a budget that reflects biblical principles. We have seen this that people tried and failed so many times. However, aligning with personal aspirations is transformational if you can get it in the right way. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also, according to Matthew 6 verse 21. So why does so many budgets fail? This is Faith and Fortune Finance. We guide you on step-by-step strategies on budgeting, on investing and saving, ultimately to achieve a financial freedom. Why many budgets fail? Before building a successful God-honoring budget, it is important that you understand why many other budgets fail. One of them is lack of vision or purpose. Another issue here that we have discovered is impulse spending culture. Some people don't budget before spending. They spend on impulse. Another one here is neglect of giving or generosity. They neglect giving. They neglect being generous, thinking that that is the only way to budget effectively and achieve their goals. So another one here I discovered is no accountability or review system. They are not accountable to anybody, and there is no review system to check their budgeting. So they fail. A strong, meaningful budget doesn't just track expenses. It aligns with values, faith, and goals. Step by step to build a budget that works. One is pray and define your why. Why do you want to budget? Why do you want to make savings? Start with clarity. Are you budgeting for debt freedom? You have to understand it. Family security, is that why you want to budget? Business growth, giving more, is that why you want to budget? You have to be very clear. Christian perspective helps us to invite God into the process. Ask for wisdom. Just like Solomon, the Bible says in the book of James chapter 1 verse 5, if anyone lack wisdom, the person should go ahead and ask, and God will give without withholding back. Let your financial plan reflect trust in God's provision, not fear. What would a God-honoring financial life look like for me? That should be one of your basic questions while trying to build a budget. Number 2, calculate your true income. That is after tax. Your true income is after you subtract your taxes or your tax. Include all consistent sources. One of them is salary, include it. Side hustle or freelance, include it. Passive income, for instance, rent or royalties, include them. Family remittance, include them. Budget only what hits your bank account, not gross pay. That's what feeds your goal. What that hits your account, what that takes huge sum of money out of your account, those are things you need to budget. 3, list and categorize expenses. I'm putting up the table here on the screen. You will see the categories and examples. Giving or tithing, church, charity, missions. Saving and investing, there is emergency fund, retirement, stocks, etc. Needs. has to do with rent, transport, groceries, utilities, etc. Wants, entertainment, data plans, eating out, etc. Debt repayment, loans, credit card, school fees, etc. Education and growth, books, courses, professional tools. So, the Bible says in Proverbs 21 verse 20, the wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down. The wise, that's what they do with what they have. They store it up. But fools, they gulp it down, they squander it, no budgeting. Number 4, apply the 10-10-20-60 rule with faith factor. This budgeting model combines discipline plus discipleship. 10, which is 10% given in the area of tithe or intentional generosity. That is 10%. Out of the 100%, you remove 10% for that very purpose. Another 10% goes into saving. Saving in which aspect? Emergency funds, long-term reserves. Then 20% goes into investing. Investing into business, investing into digital assets, into education, etc. Then 60% goes into living. That has to do with your rent, accommodation, food, transportation, maybe medicals, etc. Your children's school fees and all that. So, our faith-based upgrade should make generosity a non-negotiable, not an afterthought. Because generosity releases financial blessing and breaks fear. Number 5, use tools to track your budget. Don't budget in your head. It is not possible to budget in your head and retain all the intricate aspects of the budgeting. You have to use apps. You have to sometimes use spreadsheets or journals. And one of them is Every Dollar, which is Christian budgeting tool. You have Mint as well, which is secular and easy to use. Also, Good Budget, which is envelope method. Google Sheets as well, customizable templates. I'm going to put up another table on the screen here. Budgeting with Christian wisdom versus worldly trends. So on the table here, you can see mindset, you can see worldly view, you can see faith-based view. So we take number 1, ownership. Mindset under the category mindset. Then worldly view, it's my money. Faith-based view, it's God's. I'm a steward. Another mindset here, goals. Worldly view, it is fame, luxury, trends. Faith-based view, impact, freedom, obedience. You have giving as well. Worldly view is optional if funds permit. Faith-based view, it is first fruits, part of worship. Savings. Under worldly views, hoarding for security. And faith-based view is wise preparation, not fear-driven. Debt, normalized, good debt. That is under the worldly views, but when it comes to faith-based view, it is to be avoided when possible, according to Proverbs 22 verse 7. And I will see you again in another powerful video. God bless you for watching, and bye-bye.